Okay, let's dig deeper into these dimensions. At this point, you should know already how to create an isometric. It's just a bunch of lines at a certain angle. So this one is at an angle of 30 degrees. Okay, this one is also 30 degrees, but since it goes from this side going here, then that's going to be 180 minus 30 degrees, so it's going to be 150. Okay, so it's just a bunch of lines that we do draw at certain angles. And then we put a dimension. Simply go to linear and click dimension, click 2 points and drag there. Now we know from previous discussions that we can select a dimension and then change the primary units precision down here. If you don't want decimal points, we simply select this and click 0 and should not show any decimal points. We also know that we usually don't want dimensions like this. We want it to be above. So we know that we can select a dimension and then we can change the text so that the text on verticals is always going to be above, okay? And the text inside will always be on, okay? So it will rotate your text so that the text is always going to be above and the text inside will be always aligned. All right. Now, if we go deeper into this dimension, this line with arrows is called the dimension line, and there's two lines on each side of the arrows. It's called the extension line. So if we select this dimension, you will see on the lines and arrows portion that there are dim line, dim line 1, dim line 2, and then ext line 2. So these are called extension lines. So if let's say, right now I am in layer dim, so everything that I'm drawing should adopt a color called red, and the color is by layer. So if I wanted to change the color of, let's say, these two lines at the end, those are extension lines. So extension line color, I can change this and click this and it will change the color to like green. You can see now that it's green on each side. If I want this to be yellow, okay, cyan, blue, okay, so those are extension lines. And so in isometric, these extension lines always follow the 30-degree angles. So if I want to align this, okay, extension line, I can align it with this line or with this line. Okay, so if I wanted to do that, there would be a command that I need to do. It's called edit, dim edit. Okay, so when you click type dim edit, you press enter, and then the options that will appear here on your screen will be home, new, rotate, or oblique. They will also be shown here in the bottom. So what you wanted to do is you want to click oblique, and then if you want your dimensions to align to this line, you simply select the dimension, press enter, and then click this point and that point, and your dimension will be aligned along this, extension lines will be aligned along this edge. Okay. Now let's say you want the dimensions to be aligned onto this edge, or differently, you go and put a dimension, okay, and then I want this extension line to align here. I simply type dim edit, I click oblique, I select the dimension, I press enter, and then I pick these 2 points. And then there you go. Okay. I can still match property this one to that one, so I don't have any um, decimal points, and the dimension is always above. Okay. So I can always drag this and position it wherever I want. Okay. But basically, these are the dimension or dimensions that appear whenever we're working with isometrics. So for example, if you wanted to put a dimension here, well, we don't want linear, we want a line. Pick this one and that one, and it looks odd. Okay, so these extension lines should be aligned to these two edges. So what I'm going to do again is I'm going to type in dim edit. select oblique, select the dimension, press enter, and then point to this line and that endpoint and this endpoint, and it should now line up their extension lines. Okay, I can still match property and do it that way. Okay, so whenever you're putting in dimensions, it should not look like this. Okay, it should not look like this. If you want a dimension like this, it should either be aligned to these two lines or this line over here. Okay, so again, do that. I will type in dim edit, click oblique, select the dimension. Okay, press enter, and then if I wanted to align to this line edge here, I simply click this one and that one, and it should be aligned. Okay, this one too. Dim edit, oblique, select the dimension, press enter, and then select this point and that point, and there you have it. So dimension lines are always going to be aligned at the edge of where you want it to be. Okay, so pick this one and that one, and there you go. Okay, and then this last one here, dim edit, select oblique, select the dimension, press enter, and then simply select this point and that point, and it should be aligned. So dimension lines should always be also in isometric. Okay.